Okay, I'm alive, but barely. So, I've been missing for a little while. That is because I have an upper respiratory infection. Yay! An acute upper respiratory infection, which means that I currently have cough suppressant, and I have an oh god, I have an emergency inhaler. I don't know if you can hear it at all. Hold, the dogs followed me again. Okay, so let's get dogs sitting once more. These, yes. Thank you. Sit. Good boy. Every time that I don't properly put these dogs back, they do this to me. And it's a nightmare. You sit as well. Thank you. So I have been busy doing building, and you probably can't see it so far yet, but I will show you a little bit. You may be able to see a little bit of like what's been going on the mini map, and you'll see that I've started to like fill in things and whatnot, but I'll show you in more detail if my computer will go. Thank you. Let me just put the wayward doggos back real quick. I want to understand why these dogs sit correctly on their seats, but all the rest of the doggos do not. I would love to know why this happens. Because those dogs are super well behaved and they never leave their seats. Yes, I'm talking about you, Megara. Yes. But, oh, I did take the dark ethereal glass from here, and I stuck it up here. I ran out on this one, but now this is another way for me to get in and out of the base, which I think will be more helpful than where it was previously. Why is that? Boop. There you go. So let's go back down. Okay, so what I've done recently is I took up the flooring here and I replaced it with a few things. I got some more glass in, but I did do the spire that I've been talking about since forever ago. So, the spire comes down all the way to the ground. Stay away. What is that? Oh, it's a hammerhead shark. They look very strange from like this position, but that's what I've done. And I have the dirt here because I want to get all of the water out of these areas. So I'm gonna have to do sponges or something else. I'm not sure yet. But essentially I want to put like stairs that come out from here and they go down into these places. So that's what those 4 openings are going to be, basically, is they're going to be stairs down. And then at some point, I think I'm going to get ethereal glass for here as well. And that will be the way in and out, other than all the way down there. But I want to make it so that this is just one big continuous stream the way it is here. I want that to go all the way down and be the only water and the rest of it to be open. I've been grinding for days, it feels like, for the glass, and I've only gotten this far down, along with wherever else I've filled it in so far. I think it's only been like these segments. I don't have any more, really. I mean, like, I've got a lot of glass and I've been filling in these as I can. But a lot of it has just been me going into the mines and using my hammers and just doing that repeatedly. Oh, I did grab these. So I caught the tarantula hawks in the thing because it was easier to catch them when they landed on the islands than it was to try and kill them. So I have them, and I'm gonna probably have to make some sort of death chamber machine. Who knows? But all I've been doing is like slowly getting the essence, and then whenever I get 8 essence, I can turn it into 12 glowstone, and then 12 glowstone times 8. I don't know what 12 times 8 is, but that's how much of the glass in the glowy glass that I can get. But I've basically just been going down and getting as much cobblestone as possible, and then coming back up whenever I have a bunch of it in my like backpack and whatnot, and then I go through and I do the grinder that I showed you guys that one time, and that's literally all I've been doing. I did that for I think like 3 days straight, and then I got sick because I was planning on going through and streaming sooner than this, but with getting sick and what my day job has been like recently, it just wasn't gonna happen. Hello, lobster. How did you even get in here? But yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've literally just been doing this and trying not to die. But yeah, I essentially what ended up happening is I went to work last week. And in the beginning of last week on Monday, there was a kid and they were just basically coughing up the whole lung. And it was just like, make sure to cough into your elbow, wear a mask if you feel comfortable. Because they're at school. But there's no way to avoid them, sort of thing. So I started coughing as of Monday. But it was only like a light cough. It wasn't anything super horrible. So I thought, oh, it's probably just allergies. Because it is full sort of spring right now in New York, which is where I'm at. And I do have seasonal allergies. So I was like, well, it doesn't seem super bad yet. It's kind of dry of a cough. I think that as long as it doesn't get any worse, I can probably just tough through it. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, same amount of coughing. It wasn't getting worse. It wasn't getting better either, but it wasn't getting worse was my main concern. So I was like, yeah, it's probably allergies. Thursday, it went away completely. I felt fine. I felt good, honestly. And I was like, yeah, it was just allergies. I'm fine now because I've either adjusted or whatever. But then Friday, I went to sleep at the normal time that I always do. And I woke up at 4:30, which is not the normal time in which I normally wake up. I normally wake up at 5. But I wake up at 4:30 and I just immediately start coughing. And I'm coughing so hard that like my vision's going blurry at the edges, like it's going dark on the edges. And I'm coughing and coughing and coughing and it will not stop. And I cough like that until like 5 in the morning. And I call my supervisor and I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to come in. I am dying legitimately and I'm terrified. So I'm gonna go to the doctor. So what ended up happening is I called my grandmother and she brought me over to the urgent care. And the urgent care gave me a COVID test, told me to quarantine until they got the test results back, which didn't happen until like 8 that night, which was kind of frustrating. But essentially, came back negative for COVID, thankfully. And, it did state that I had like an acute upper respiratory infection and that I need to just rest as much as I can given my job and, push fluids, push rest. I've been drinking giant cups of lime water because it's the only way that I feel able to like push water real hard, is to have like a citrus in it, and I had limes. So that's what my life's been like right now. It's certainly been something. And it's just gonna keep going. Oh no, I left the wrong skin on. Ignore this skin. I'll show it to you. It's my winter skin thing. I'll need to put back on the proper skin, but I literally have that skin on only because I was playing on one of those like free to have servers that Vin sent me a link to. And the very first thing that I did was I got on and I just started making an igloo. And Vin gave me shit about it. Basically picked on me because I was making a starter base that was like way bigger and more in depth than the other people's like starter bases, and he was picking on me and calling me like a tryharder and like a hermit crafter, which was very funny to me. I'll take it as a compliment, I guess. But yeah, I've literally just been coming down here and expanding it further. Shoot. Let me out. And then there's, I think, 2 other layers that I've been doing just to make sure to try and get cobble specifically. Because, like, I really don't need... Yeah, I've been expanding this one. And I've been expanding one more up here. I don't really need more ores, per se. Like, I certainly won't turn down ores. But at this point, ores are basically just used to make the blast furnace go. I haven't been running out of like ingots for specific things for crafting as of yet. So I haven't really needed the ores per se, other than for fuel of the blast furnace. But it's been a lot of just doing literally what I'm doing right now. It's just carving out as much of the cobblestone and whatnot as possible so that I can turn around and turn it into gravel, and then turn the gravel into sand, and then turn the sand into sandstone. It's never ending. I feel like that one guy that rolls the rock up the hill and then it falls back down at the end of the day. I can't remember the actual name or how to pronounce it at this exact moment, but I know it's a Greek mythology from Tartarus sort of thing. Ooh, cool. But it's exactly what I feel like right now. And the worst part is that I did want to go through and actually stream while I was sick. But the problem is that I'm even sort of running into right this minute is that the more I talk, the more my chest sort of like kind of like caves inwards, and then I have to cough after a certain amount of time. Like, it's just inevitable. And it's a lot. I really was worried that it could possibly be COVID, just due to the fact of like I am in like surrounded by school children all the time, and that's just a giant vector of disease in and of itself, but also the fact of like the shortness of breath and the way that I was coughing. I was like, man, I'm gonna die, aren't I? But I'm not yet. I'm still hanging in there, I guess. Ugh. But I'm double masking still, and I'm going to continue double masking, just because it's not worth risk. I already got sick, even though I was double masking, probably just due to the fact that the kids are not masking at this time, because New York State doesn't have a mandate for them to do so unless it's like specific buildings, like the urgent care can require that sort of thing, but the schools can't. Or the schools won't, is probably a better sort of position on that. Because I know the schools originally had a mandate that they still had to continue wearing it. But now that it's not required anymore, they're not enforcing it. Which is just a different level of frustrating. personally, for someone who has to be there all the time, surrounded by the children's. But it is what it is. There's not much you can do about it. Unless you're on the board, and I'm not going to get on the board, because that's not going to happen anyway. Oh, I did get, my new computer chair, which is super exciting. And Vin's computer chair just came in yesterday, and I built that and put it in his room. So now we both have proper computer chairs again. Mine needs a little cushion, because it's one of those bucket seats that like curves up at the edges, and when I sit in it without a cushion, it kind of hurts my thighs because I got fat thighs. But right now I've put like one of our couches, I've put a couch throw cushion on it, and it's honestly working just about perfectly, because it just lifts me up enough that I'm not in the crevice sort of thing, like the dip. So my thighs are over the top of where the lifted edges are, and it's comfortable. As long as I'm putting my legs up, which I have to do anyway for a different medical reason, then I'm comfortable. So all in all, pretty good. At some point, I'm going to end up moving my computer setup into my bedroom, but that's not going to happen until my bedroom has properly been sort of unpacked. The problem at the moment is the fact of my bedroom is kind of just full of boxes. I'm hoping that during the summer, when I'm not having to actively work, I will be able to go through and sort of organize that. That was about as perfect as it could get for the end of this sort of mining session. Okay, so let's get back up to house. Just hurty. Where's that poop? There it is. Those only work from 100 and above, so that's about as low as that thing can be placed, which is very frustrating in some aspects, because it's just kind of like, I wish this would go lower. But I suppose that is sort of the point of that nerfing, is that it makes it so that you can't just do whatever you want. So 12 of these. So that and that. I do want to leave one of these behind to hold the spot. So now I'm going to continue doing what I was been doing for the past 3 days to be able to have enough of the sandstone that you've seen already, plus all of the glass or otherwise that I've been creating at different intervals. I think there was that, and then this is in here. All this is in here. So you can use it for over here. Let's see, this one goes slower, so I can put less in it. This one goes faster. I am going to have to grab some fuel. So let me do that real quick. I'm gonna have to really dedicate some time and effort to making the tree farm set up, because I'm gonna start running out real fast. I used to do it based off the strainers, but I've since taken the strainers off. I could set them back up above. What is... Hello? Who? Oh. It's up on the platform. I was like, how are you here? But no, that's fine. So let's do this and get this started. Come over here. And I have since learned that you cannot keep these in the condensed forms and have them produce anything. Because if you try and do that, it will just destroy the condensed form and give you nothing. Which sucks. But probably is like a balancing feature, to be entirely honest. Okay. And I have since found the perfect, like, spot to stand to be able to just throw this up without having to go back around every time, which is nice. Okay, so I can put this in here. There we go. I do have to be careful because I have thrown some of the sand and other things that I didn't want to throw into the grinder on accident before. I once accidentally threw the hammer, and I'm telling you, the sheer amount of panic that I felt in my body when I threw the emerald hammer into the stupid grinder. The only thing that saved it was the fact that there was other stuff still waiting to be ground, and it will do it in order of what you throw in it. So I had to go through and basically, like, turn off the furnaces so that it would stop the grinder so I could pick it back up again without it getting ground up. Because I don't even know what would have happened if it had been able to grind my hammer. Because the other tools that I've ground before, like I did that experiment where I stuck all the diamond, like, swords and whatnot that I had gotten from the traders. That didn't give me back jack shit. Which means that probably if you were to put the other stuff in, that it would also give you jack shit, which is terrifying because I really don't want to waste my shit like that. So it was terrifying, but thankfully I got it back, obviously. Oh. Eat some trail mix. There we go. We still have some cobble in there. I did throw in the horse armor because I'm pretty sure I've seen a thing that tells me that when you put in horse armor, it will actually give you back portions of what otherwise would make it. Yeah. So that just gave me string, leather, and a little bit of gold, which I'm not above taking because I need all of those things. Ah, fuck. This stopped. Shit. There you go. But yeah, that's basically how this whole thing works, which is cool. I'm just glad that I'm slowly actually, like, figuring out things. Like, the funniest thing is that, like, my Minecraft persona character thing is, like, a scientist, like, a magics-based scientist with Thaumcraft. But because Thaumcraft is kind of, like, languishing, unfortunately, in earlier, like, I think it's 1.12, honestly. There hasn't been a lot of Thaumcraft updates since, or further forward than 1.12. And I get it, because 1.12 is kind of, like, the pinnacle of a lot of mods. Sorry. I couldn't breathe for a second and I was in the middle of a sentence. But at the same time, there's so much more now than there was since 1.12. And you really do feel like you're missing out on a lot when you're stuck in those prior versions. Because now we have, like, the LA and the wardens and all this other cool ass shit, the frogs, frog lights, etc. You really do kind of, like, get frustrated because you love Thaumcraft and things of that nature, but at the same time you're feeling very stifled by the fact that you're not up to date with what is going on with the rest of Minecraft either. And it's just kind of like sad. So I'm very much on the edge of my seat for any updates to anything that bring them up to like newer versions. I'm super excited for that kind of thing. But at the same time, I'm not holding my breath too much just because I do know how these things go typically. I know that it takes people absurdly long amounts of time because the mods are relatively in-depth and difficult to adapt to newer versions, especially now that the newer versions and updates of Minecraft are so like world changing. So I get why. Don't think that I don't. I 100% get why people haven't updated things past 1.12 because that was kind of like the sweet spot of good update area. But I mean, just like, I'm so excited to be able to do up-to-date things. And that's why I kind of like nerfed the Waynut SMP, and I'm waiting for like it to sort of stabilize for whatever is going to be the update so that we can find the mods that do mesh with the newest version and kind of go with that for a little while. Possibly start doing something where we do a full server restart every time that there's a proper update, the a la sort of like Hermitcraft. I mean, that does mean that some seasons, or whatever you would want to call it, of the SMP would be longer or shorter depending on how quickly they update things. But I don't know, I really want to be able to experience the new stuff as it's coming out, because that's something that I kind of miss from when I was a teenager. I kind of miss the like update mindset because I was into Homestuck when I was a kid, right? A teenager. And Homestuck has that very specific update, and everyone like scrambling to go and do the thing or talk about the stuff or cosplay. People cosplaying within literal like hours and minutes of an update and just like going and being absolute madmen, you know? And there's something to be said about having that sort of sense of community with other people where like something new has happened and you're experiencing it or know about it, and then you kind of all like band together due to that. Like right now Tumblr's on this sort of kick for Dracula, because they're all getting like email updates for Dracula in the way that it was updated when it first came out, and people are enjoying that immensely. And I love the fact that people are enjoying that immensely, because I don't know, there's something to be said about having episodic sort of things that you can keep up on. I think that's why I like it when I get to watch streamers, honestly. Because streaming is exactly like that. It's very episodic. Like, you're trying to keep up for whatever's happening on that stream. Thankfully, VODs exist so that, like, you can catch up for it and stuff like that. But, like, I don't know. That's exactly what kind of drew me to watching things such as Dream SMP, Hermitcraft, etc. Like, there's something very fun about being along for the ride, but also being able to, like, find out things at the same time as other people. And, I don't know. I think things would be a lot more fun if more people had that sense of, like, excitement with watching something or reading something or doing something with other people in that same way. I think a lot of our world is binging because you have so much at your fingertips at all times that it's very easy to do that. Like, you find out that you like an author and you read that entire, like, author's life work in a weekend. and now you're just kind of bereft afterwards because there's no more, there isn't gonna be more, and yada yada. Could have swore I heard like a drowned noise. But I think there is something to be said about taking things like periodically and enjoying them for what they are in that moment. Because like I could eat an entire cheesecake by myself in one sitting. Have totally done that. Wouldn't recommend it. It's not as fun as it sounds. But I could also have like a little slice of it once a day for like a week or two. And I can tell you right now, I know which one I would enjoy doing more in the long run. And it's not eating it in one sitting. I don't know. I think it's fun. I enjoy it. I look forward to seeing more of similar things. That's basically just what that rant is about. I'm just sick of getting the cobble at this point and grinding it. If I could just get a bunch of the gravel and just grind all the gravel, maybe it would make my life easier. I see you over there. I keep wanting to do the Optivine Zune, but that's not on this. All that does is make me swim instead of, or run. I don't know. But I wonder if there is a spyglass in this. Probably not. It's too new. There might be like a modded version of it though. I don't know. It's also difficult to like mod, but it is like the base game, but you've just like backlogged it kind of. Like you've modded it so that it would work on 1.12 instead, and that's also just as difficult as just modding things for the newer versions. It's in, ooh, ow. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Thankfully, I have a lot of hearts. I've been grinding them hearts. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay. It's all good. I got distracted. Hello, whale. Why are you so close? Okay, I mean, it's a little bit. It's not a ton. Oh, it's the whale noises. They were very disconcerting, though. Ooh, didn't like those. Okay, you get this. You get this. I come over here. Boop, boop, boop. So one stack is what is going through. Woo. And that's all I needed. Because it's all I got to grind. But yeah, this is quite literally all I've been doing for the past couple of days that I've been gone, for the past like 5 days. I come in here, I grab the glowstone, and occasionally it'll give me a seed, which I'll then turn around and regrow. I pull these, hoping to get the shroom light. Doesn't always happen. I put it away in here. And it's really just a rinse, wash, repeat type deal. Where, like, I come over here, I put the stuff away. Where did I even put this? I put it in here. Ooh, I might have enough. Nope, got to have one more. I come over here, I put whatever ingots I got away. I grab however much sandstone there is. I go back out, I build, I repeat. Ad nauseum right now. I'm at this point cursing myself and wishing that I had had the foresight to make these slabs. But it's too late now. It's too late. I'm too far in. Because by the time I realized that, I already had most of the corners filled in. And I was not willing to dig them all back up to then turn them into slabs. So this is just my life now. There is no escape. It is what I've chosen. Unfortunately for me. I have so many in here. Oh yeah, the skeleton horses, the zombie villagers. I have a whole bunch of stuff in here. More wolves. Ugh. I had to take these all up because I was clearing out that one area. So now I guess I could go through and I could make the strainer things and I could put them up in the top and that would bring in some more stuff again. Boop, boop. In a chorus. Someone please go through and make it so that like all of the villagers but like you've done it like a Greek chorus almost. I think that would be fun. How do I do this thing again? I know how to make a strainer, but like my brain has ceased to function. There we go. And then we just do boop, boop, boop. What's really funny is that when I'm doing that, I am not actually counting. I'm just listening for the rhythm of my mouse click, and then I'm clicking the mouse as many times as I remember it. So when I do something here, and I'm like, I'm not counting, I'm just matching the beat again. Which, I don't know why my brain is like that. Fuck if I know, honestly. But it does function, so I guess there's not much to complain about. I'm gonna put a bunch of these out here, I think. So this is salmon and cod. So let's do one. How do I have to do this? Huh. Oh. Now you let me place it. Why? Does it have to be like a certain light level? That's strange. Huh. It must be a certain light level that it's necessary. Which, like, I guess, because, like, they are seeds, and seeds typically require a particular light level. So, like, I guess that was just very confusing. I didn't know that I was going to do that at all. So, let's see. I've got 11 of these. Nope, too dark over there. Okay. Boop, boop. And then I got the dolphins. Okay. So that's at least all the aminals. And then let's go over to this one. And we'll put down the strainer base. And we'll just put them out here. I do have bamboo now, which does mean that I can make the fishing strainer bases. Well, the fishing is not the strainer base, but I can make the fishing meshes. 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 more of those would complete the line. How do you make that? Strainer base. I think I should be able to do that. Ah. Head hurt suddenly. Like my eye hurt, weirdly. I don't know how to really explain it. It's like my eye socket and cheekbone that's directly near it hurts. Let's see, how do you make these? Okay, got that then. I know there's sticks. Where are the sticks, you ask? I don't know that. I love how bone meal is kind of like useless per this pack because of the whole running thing. So I'm just like, what do I even do with it? I just have a bunch of bones. But like, what do you... I mean, I'm sure I could find a use for them. It's just funny is all. So that takes chest. 3 and 4. And then we do these. Perfect. And then we want 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna need a lot more wood, actually. I've got some river wood. I could just use that. What other wood do we got? We got driftwood. And that's coke stuff. That's gabbro. I think the warped stems technically work that way, do they? Let's see. That's not gonna, don't need that. I'm worried that it needs to be oak fence. We're gonna try, I guess. Because how many does it need? It needs 4. We're gonna see whether or not it needs oak fence specifically. So it needs fence, 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 fence. This, and then... Yeah, that's not working. Yeah, that's not working. It's gotta be oak. That's frustrating. I can make sticks with that. So I can at least do this. But I am going to need, like, just oak, I think. That's what it looks like here. Okay. Boop. Get the saplings. Where did I put my oak? There we go. Just gonna stick it right here because I'm too lazy. Can I just run around it? There we go. Thank you. I don't know if 6 will be enough, but I'm gonna try. Just because I'm lazy. I don't want to have to do it multiple times if I don't have to. Okay. Because we need... four. And once more. So we've only got 2. There we go. I need more oak wood again. But not too much, honestly. There we go. Oh, okay. There we go. This should probably be enough. Okay. Cool. So now I've got 4 more of these things. Boop. Should probably put one of those up at the top too, but meh. Meh. Okay, so now I've got that. And then I'll make some for the sides, and those ones can be the fisherman ones, I think. Oh, my chest is really itchy. Okay. Let's see. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll make 16. 16 more of those things is how many I want. It really is interesting now because you can just look down and just see it just keeps going. It's gonna be really cool when it's all like different things that I've got planned for decorations and whatnot. I love how I still haven't touched like any of this area. I really just need to like figure out what to utilize this area for. I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking that I'm gonna want to put like a map at some point on here, and I'm gonna want to make like a meeting area and stuff. I don't know though. I'm working on it. That hurts. My arm feels weird. Don't like that. God, my body. My body, my body, my body. Body did not like that. I did not like that. Ow. Woof. That just sent me through so many emotions. I hurt. I hurt bad. Not good. Ow. It's like a literal, like, lingering sensation throughout the all of me right now. I do not like that. My body do not like that. Woof. So I can't place the cactus anywhere other than where they were previously due to the fact that cactus cannot grow directly touching another like item. Oh, my chest. But that's not the end of the world, really. I do think I'm going to alternate this, the sugar cane with the bamboo, because I do need bamboo more than I need sugar cane. And that worked out perfectly, which is kind of cool. What the fuck do I have in my inventory? Hello? What is that? Huh. Cool. I don't know what to do with it, but cool. Ow. 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 Just listening to a chicken drop an egg. Nice. Alright, so let's drop this in here. Boop. And torch, I guess. This is interesting. Don't know what that is, but it's going in there for now. I can now make that. Thank you. Which means wherever I've kept the glass, there it is. Now I can do this again. Gonna need more glass again, but that's okay. That one's slightly easier to get than the other. I think I even have glass stored over here. Yeah, I've got some. Give me this. And this makes me that. And then... okay. Cool. That's something at least. And then I needed the chests and stuff. I'm gonna try and make that out of this gunk. Because I need 16 chests, I do believe. What does driftwood even look like? Drift. It's alright. I always like seeing what these look like because I might want to use them later on, but I'm pretty sure I've got a ton of the saplings as it is anyway, other than the driftwood sapling. There's no such thing, I don't think. But I'm gonna keep that. Boop. Give. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, that's only made me 9 so far. I don't think I have any other wood in here. But with the strainers that I do have out there, I'm gonna be getting more oak soon. So let's go and put more of this on the outsides, I guess. Or wait, there's one that was unfinished. Let's finish it when we're out here, I guess. Is it down here? There it is. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, well, that was dummy me. Thankfully, I've got Silk Touch. I'm thinking I'm gonna put some of the sandstone throughout here as well. So I'll put this down here at the least. Never like those noises. I'm gonna want to make it a 3x3, so because I'm gonna put ethereal glass down here at the bottom. So the rest of it will be this stuff. Might make it more decorative as well with sandstone stuff or other glass maybe. I'm just trying to be as resourceful as possible because my resources are very limited. No matter what I want it to be, they are pretty limited. So let's go up to the top and check on the strainers and see if we've got some oak wood already or not. I'm hoping yes. There we go. Doesn't have to be a ton, just enough to make up the difference to be able to make 3 more chests and have some planks left over afterwards. That's really the aim here. There we go. Cannonball. Poosh. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're gonna need a bunch of this. Oop, hello. That's frustrating. Okay, that's fine. I'll just make a little bit more. Oop, not that. There we go. Give, please. Thank you. Okay, and then we need a bunch of fencing because we need to be able to have 16 each. Need 2 more fence. Ugh. 2 more fence. which means I literally just need more wood again. Ah! This is literally, like, every time that you guys come back and you see me streaming again after a few days and you see all this stuff that's just here, that's just the sheer amount of, like, how much time and effort I've put in, because I get home and instead of, like, relaxing or doing anything else, I literally get on and I'm listening to podcasts as I just grind my life away. Which is fine. I choose to do it, so, like, I've got no one to blame but myself. But also, at the same time, it's just like, Okay. That is not going to be enough planks, but I don't even know where I was going with that. But, oh, at least I'm at this point, I guess, was my thought process. Why do I have extra? So I only got 5. I didn't need 4 of these. Huh. Okay. Well, I'm going to need a bunch more of those. I do not need these at the exact moment, but I will, I think, put a chest up there full of them. If I can find the chests. Okay. Up we go. I feel like someone who, like, goes to the fridge and opens it, sees that there's nothing in it, closes it. Opens it, sees there's nothing in it, closes it. Because that's what I feel like I'm doing right this minute every time that I come out here and check for more logs. And then there aren't any, so I leave again. It really is just what it feels like at the moment. I'm just gonna take all this stuff out of it, I guess, and put it into the sorter. I'll actually be able to use the worms now, I think, because the worms are bait. And I think I can use them with the fisherman stuff, because they're not compatible with these ones. So that's kind of cool, I guess. I love how none of these show recipes. Okay. Yeah, see, this is what pops up under the fisherman one. And I kind of want some of that stuff. I want things like the lily pads and whatnot. So I'm excited for that. There's another skeleton on the platform again. Here we go. Put these back in here. Nice. Okay. I think I'm gonna need to make a larger storage container again, which is saying something, I think. Mostly that I'm a hoarder and I have a horrible habit of just collecting things that are not necessary to be collected. But I mean, in this particular circumstance, that seems like the smartest thing to do, doesn't it? Like, doesn't that just seem much smarter to go out of your way to, like, collect things even if you don't know you're gonna need them, especially in a survival situation? That's like the one time that hoarding instincts are, like, encouraged, is like, don't make sure that you don't throw away anything. You never know when you'll need it. Maybe that's why, like, hoarders and doomsday preppers have such similar habits. They're both running off of the same, like, archaic, paranoid sort of, I might need this later. And I'm saying this from the point of view of someone who is kind of an enthusiast of both of those things. Not an enthusiast of hoarding, more of just the fact that it's a thing that passively happens whenever I get things. but it's just sort of like the mindset of like, I don't know when I will need that. And a lot of that comes from being poor. What the fuck is that thing? Bucket of Stradpole. Interesting. So this is just with a string, but you can do it with the iron mesh. Cool. Probably could do that. Let's see. I could do 7 of them. I don't know how many iron that would be per se, but I'll just grab a stack and call it a day. Let's see. Nice. Still need more oak to be able to make the rest of the strainers, but I can at least put these on the strainers out here. So there's that, I guess. And it says, yeah, it needs to have bait and bait pot. So bait. And this is a bait pot. Interesting. So it's just a flower pot with iron bars on it, which I can definitely make. So I'm going to need 16 flower pots, 16 iron bars. I've got this. I'm smart and organized. Totally, definitely. Definitely organized. So I need 16 of those. I know I've made like terracotta and stuff. I'm just gonna have to get more, I guess. 16 times 3. Oh. There we go. Just nice. Means I don't have to think harder on that one than I already did. Don't do that. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Okay. I need to stick that in the smelter over here. Have this. I do need to get the worms. The mini mature worms. Doesn't seem to be any in there, so we'll get them over here. Because there's tons of worms. And I don't even have to have the worms in this container anymore. Because I can put them up there in the chests. So let's put the worms. Wormy boys. In these containers. Boop. 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 There we go. No problems detected. Okay. Wood. Need all of the wood that you have to offer. Thank you. I wonder if there's a way to automatically retrieve stuff from these. Like if you can put a dropper connected to them or not. I feel like that shouldn't work, but it would be amazing if it did. Just purely because it means that I don't have to do as much. Yeah, that was all the worms I had, actually. Jeez. I really thought that there was going to be more for some reason. But, meh. Doesn't bother me that much. Okay, so you put this here. Do-do-do-do. I put this here. Do-do-do-do. Nice. So these can go back in here. These can go back in here. I need More of the bamboo again. Ow. Yeah, I think the bamboo and trees and things of that nature, stuff that does well the higher it can grow, will have to go down into the expansion areas. Because I know the bamboo can get really tall. But it really doesn't have an opportunity to do that over here. It's fine for the cactus and the sugarcane, because the cactus and sugarcane really only get as big as what the ceiling is anyway. Like, they don't get much taller normally than the 3 to 4 blocks that's available to them there. So I don't know. I'll have to figure it out, but I'm gonna need more iron again. And I'm gonna need to check on the, I need to check on the terracotta. Whee! But I'm gonna get back into the streaming on the regular again. It really was just, like, pause because sick. And I'm still sick, but if I'm good enough to work, I might as well stream as well, sort of thought process. I'll try not to run myself ragged, but there's not too much that I can promise in that regard. I don't know why I bothered coming out here to do this specifically, but that's fine. So make a bunch of these. More of these. I don't think I have nearly as many as I need, but that's okay. So I've got 8 bait pots. And I've got 4 more of those. May take a while, jeez. Let's go put these down. Because now I should be able to have the symmetry that I wanted. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that means I can do that. There we go. And I should be able to do boop, 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 and boop, boop. Okay. And I should be able to come over here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rude. Rude. Did not ask for that. Thank you. Definitely need to put down more fecans around the general area. I keep forgetting to use them because at this point they're sort of just like always there. I don't know. It's strange. Almost there. Only a little bit more. Just need 3 more. Me just trying to organize desperately. Worm, worm. I don't think I'm gonna need any more of the iron. because I've got quite a lot of the mesh. So I can put the iron away at the very least. And then I do need more bamboo still. And thankfully it seems to grow pretty quickly, which is pretty true to real life. Bamboo grows like a motherfucker. I don't know, like, did anybody else ever grow up with like the bamboo that isn't like quite bamboo but basically is? It's not like true bamboo the way that it is usually thought of, like the giant ones, but it is very, very much like it. I don't know if it's an invasive like shoot off of it, but like I used to have to cut it down all the time during the summer whenever I would go and visit my dad, because there was just so much of it around like the creek, and it was just in the way and obnoxious. And it really is like, if you looked at it, you would just be like, yeah, that's definitely bamboo, my dude. And then someone would be like, well, it's not like quite bamboo, it's but it's bamboo at the end of the day. It's just like a very small version of it. And by small, I just mean that it's not like stories high, but like it's big. It was taller than me half the time. And I've been 5'6" for a good portion of my life, so it's not like it was taller than just a child. It was like tall. And you used to have to take the machetes to it and stuff. It was obnoxious in its own right. Alright, so I should be able to have enough of these to at least put them on, I think. I might be short like 2. Oh, I'm just short by 1. That's obnoxious. Super duper obnoxious. Okay, so the rest of these don't have bait, unfortunately. But that's okay. It is what it is. So now I've got all this going. And I got all this going. So that's pretty cool. Fish that I can make potions and whatnot. The pufferfish is fun. So yeah, I feel like that was pretty... Oh, there's one right here. Nice. Now you are not left behind. I mean, you don't have any bait, but that's kind of what we're just dealing with here. I'll have to redistribute the bait more evenly later. That or try and get the travel thing and dig up some bait. And then everybody can have just a whole stack of it. But I'm going to say that this has been a good session. I got to show you guys what I've been up to, how far along the building has been coming, sort of the process of it all. Because it's going to be a while still. But once I've actually got like this portion done and I can connect like these portions with glass or something, I don't know. But once I can actually go through and get the stairs that come down on each like cardinal direction, I'm pretty sure, and then go through and start utilizing this area once I actually get it all like encapsulated and drained, that's going to be exciting, I think. I think that's going to be really cool. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to give us a lot more opportunity to build things and have larger mechanisms, because right now they're kind of stifled in here, but I think I'm going to be moving a lot of the mechanics down to 1/2 even, and then the other half is going to be like growing stuff, so I can really start digging into the agriculture stuff and whatnot. I don't know. It's going to be interesting regardless of what does end up eventually happening. And I do think I'm going to end up using these areas as well for like water growing stuff. So we'll see. It's definitely all work in progress, but I'm getting there. I am slowly but surely getting there. So thank you for sticking around and listening to me ramble even though I'm sick and I feel like shit. And I hope that you guys are all staying safe and being healthy, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. See ya!